right, hello everybody. Welcome to episode 8 of the Barnburner Podcast. This is
It's been 8 already.
I guess it's the 2-month mark, technically, kind of.
Our 2-month anniversary.
Yeah, yeah. I'm Owen, joined by my co-host Michael, of course, and it's All-Star Game talk today, I guess.
This might be our shortest episode yet.
Yeah.
This might be good for you guys if you don't want to listen to us talk.
For an hour and a half.
But yeah, this we said that for the second one. We were like, this one's gonna be short,
and
but it was the longest.
It was pretty long, yeah. And then the next week we said it was going to be our longest episode, and it was one of our shortest ones because it was the World Junior one. But it was the shortest one because the World Juniors got fucking canceled.
Yeah.
Oh, there's something we could talk about actually. They're getting rescheduled for what was it, August?
Yeah, we were having trouble thinking about what we should talk about, but
yeah. If you guys want to see our list, the only thing on our list to talk about today is All-Star Game. That is the only thing we have on the entire list because I felt like this is a pretty uneventful week prior to the All-Star break.
What?
Because I think this is a pretty uneventful week.
There wasn't much
for the NHL before the All-Star break.
The Devils.
Nothing really happened.
That's all I can say.
The Devils twice.
And
fuck.
I thought they were actually good.
Terrible. The Oilers blew it to the Sens. Well, going back and watching that overtime winner, there was not a lot of space for Stützle to put that in.
How did that go in?
But man, Koskinen.
That was horrendous.
Speaking of,
I know what you're gonna say.
We're gonna go through the All-Star Game events in a stint. I'm not gonna jump the gun. We'll go in order, kind of. But yeah. But then we beat the Capitals. Like that's the issue with the Oilers. We can beat this. We lose to the Sens. We still got a point at least, but we lose to the Sens and we can beat. I
thought you were
Caps.
gonna say something about the unsung heroes.
Yeah, I will. We'll get to because that was like during the media day, so we'll get to that for the All-Star Game.
I didn't really watch the media day, but
about if they've been keeping up. Neither did I. I just saw that on Instagram and I thought it was wild. I think McDavid was already partying before he made that interview.
He's already drunk.
All right, so
do you think they
first things
went out like to clubs and stuff and like drank?
Yeah. I don't know if you saw, but some guy on Twitter was laying a tear into Trevor Zegras because there was a picture of him and RA from Spittin' Chicklets, and Zegras had a Bud Light,
he's not
one
21.
of those Bud Light bottles in his hand, and he's 20. He's only 20. But the guy was kidding. The guy was like, "I'm kidding. I'm a Kings fan. I'm just pissed he didn't draft him 5th." Is what the guy said. He responded to the tweet, but Zegras was there with the Spittin' Chicklets guys, Tom Wilson, Jordan Kyrou, and I think Dylan Larkin. I saw TikTok, Loud Luxury, the EDM duo. They were DJing at the club, and they were on they were up on the stage
Kyrou's,
with them.
Song
and they
was Loud Luxury, like one of his his
was it
fast skater
essentially his walk up song like the MLB.
I did not think he was gonna win.
Yeah. Neither did I. He's good, man.
And
he's
so
underrated
23.
Too. Honestly, he's probably the most underrated player in the NHL. Like he's up there. Like Huberdeau and Barkov are underrated, but they're only you can only be underrated so long when everybody calls you underrated. Like no one talks about Kyrou, honestly. But yeah. So media day was kind of eventful. So yeah, it wasn't as eventful as usual, but. There was some. I mean, the bar down guys make it interesting. Jesse Pollock and his stupid interview questions he always asks the guys are pretty fun. But so they asked. So McDavid and Draisaitl did their media stuff together, and then the reporter asks them, "Who do you guys think is like an unsung hero in Edmonton that's not getting enough credit?" And McDavid's like, "Oh, that's a great question. For me, it's got to be Mikko Koskinen." Connor, we're not serious here, are we? Look, don't get me wrong. I don't mind. Like Mikko Koskinen is a terrible starting goalie, but I don't think he's that bad. I just think he gets overworked. And then when he gets, he'd be great if he was a backup. But like I don't know if he's the unsung hero. Like I don't know if he's a hero in any sense. Like an unsung hero is a guy that does so good for your team and doesn't get credit. He doesn't really do good. He just doesn't get credit because he doesn't deserve it.
No, yeah.
No, Kyrou gets when people talk about St. Louis, they say Kyrou, but they don't talk about St. Louis, so they don't talk about Kyrou. But like Koskinen, holy shit, man. Draisaitl said Nugent Hopkins or Hyman, so at least he's on the right track. Nuge would be my answer if I had to pick. Nuge or like Evan Bouchard probably. Who's the Leafs' unsung hero, do you think?
Bunting
That's a
or
tough
Kerfoot?
question. Yeah, maybe Bunting. That's not a bad answer.
I think Kerfoot.
Really?
I think
Leafs
Kerfoot's
Nation
getting
usually
more
hates on
credit
that
though
guy.
this year, but I mean they're giving more credit to Bunting. I think.
I feel
He's
like
not
it's
even playing.
Richie.
That's why.
That's why he's the unsung hero because
Yeah,
he finally got off the
Jesus.
roster.
I think it's Pierre Engvall. God.
That's not. He's actually
Yeah,
like he scores every once in a while.
Maybe
It's
Mikheyev.
Mikheyev.
Hell
It's
no.
not Justin Hall.
No.
I'll tell you that for free.
It could be
Or
Campbell. No,
Muzzin.
Campbell's definitely
Holy
getting credit.
moly. He's way too.
No.
Yeah, he's definitely not unsung. My dad just walked in the door. I hope my dog doesn't jump off the bed. Because I'm gonna have to get up and go, let him out. He didn't jump off though. Thank God. Stay there.
Anyways.
All right. So yeah, Draisaitl with a decent answer. McDavid with a
Very
questionable
questionable.
answer for the state of the least.
And Draisaitl horrendous accuracy shooting. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, holy. Guy went from being the winner of the event last or I guess 2 years ago to being the worst one in the whole competition this year. I guess there is something we could talk about from earlier in the week now that you mentioned Draisaitl. That Caps Oilers game was super physical, and so McDavid got hammered by Hathaway.
Oh yeah,
which I think you're the one that said to me that should have been interference.
Yeah,
I guess it was too close to call, but then Kyler Yamamoto starts cross-checking him, and then he gets a penalty for roughing, and then Kane went after Hathaway after that and started fighting him, and then the next play, Hathaway was standing by the net after the whistle, and Cassian just came out of nowhere, and he went, and all I see is Hathaway go flying after the whistle into the boards, and they just started. It was a big scrum, but Hathaway was on fire. Like he hammered Kane, made him leave the game. He didn't spit on anybody today, though. That's at good. Least. But Draisaitl accidentally speared that Protas kid, the rookie on Washington. He was trying to stick lift him, and then Protas turned, and he went right up into the guy's jewels, and he was in a lot of pain. I mean, Draisaitl's a pretty strong guy, but then while they were reviewing the play, which by the way they reviewed the play, and Draisaitl didn't get a penalty, which is mind-boggling to me. Tom Wilson and him are talking, and then I guess I don't know we can't hear what was said, but as Tom Wilson's skating away and they're going into their bench, Draisaitl makes like this mocking face of Wilson. And it's like I actually would be kind of interested to see a fight between those two.
I mean, Draisaitl's a pretty big guy. Would win,
but like I feel like that'd be a good bout. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like
he just has to work on his fighting.
Like I don't know, man. It was so funny. Yeah, I don't think he's ever fought ever. I don't think I've ever seen Draisaitl fight before. Even McDavid's fought. Too bad he broke his hand.
By punching the glass.
But at least he fought. Yeah, Jesus. But yeah, I mean, then so the first competition was the fastest skater.
I like that one. Do you like that one?
Jordan Kyrou. Yeah, I love that. I think
that was the best one.
Just good. I think that a lot of guys messed up on turns.
Larkin like clipped the boards on one of his turns.
Yeah, that was. But you know who was real nervous? Yzerman. He was like, oh my god, if this guy, because if Larkin
dead.
fell, cracked head, dead, done for a couple months. Man, like, he got lucky, but McDavid could have beat Kyrou if he didn't glide on that last turn and he kept doing the crossovers. No. But McDavid doesn't care. That's the biggest issue. He doesn't care about the All-Star game at all, and it sucks when your best player doesn't care enough about the All-Star game to like try. Like it's like how can fans care if the guys don't care?
Yeah. But I mean, do you see McDavid's
Kyrou wins.
Camera angle? What the hell was that?
Yeah, there was that camera angle for a lot of players. They had it for every guy. What the hell was the point of that? Like literally,
and he's like looking up,
right up to his nose. I don't know.
It looks so weird.
Yeah.
What's
the idea there?
Anyways, yeah. So he won in 13.55 seconds, which is like Kreider when I think he was first. He got like 13.6 something, and like he looked like he wasn't even moving. And then Kempe went after him. He looked even slower, but he beat him. I'm like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what me and my dad were saying too. Some of these guys look slow, and then I knew Makar wasn't gonna win because to me Makar's just agility. A more smooth skater. He's not a fast skater. Yeah. Like he's a fast skater, but like he's not like pure speed like some of these other guys are. Like his edge work is insane and stuff. But yeah, McDavid, he's lost to Larkin and Barzal in the past, even though Larkin admitted that this getting that little head start thing was the only reason why he won. Because back then they allowed you to like have a bit of a run up start instead of just starting on the spot, and he admits that that's why he won. So and it showed. I mean if he didn't clip the boards, who knows? But he wouldn't have won anyways. But and then the save streak. I love the save streak one. That one's really fun. That's probably my favorite one because the goalies make nice saves, and then there's also some nice goals sometimes. But Campbell and Vasi won.
Like, wait, is there a breakaway challenge? Zegras' Jesus. I thought they got rid of that one because the goalies weren't trying, and like it wasn't really like that like. But they're two separate ones now. It's the save streak and the breakaway. So and the goalies are who the hell are they in the breakaway challenge?
Well, actually, funny enough, I know one of the goalies, Wyatt Russell. He's like an actor. He was in a Marvel show that just came out a little while ago, and his dad is Kurt Russell, who was a pretty popular actor in like the 80s and stuff.
Why is he the goalie?
I can't think of anything off the top. I mean, he was in he played professional hockey.
Wow.
Like, he played in the WHL, and then he stopped playing hockey. I think he was like, I forget who. I think him and Cam Talbot were actually a goalie tandem in junior hockey.
Jesus.
At one point, I think my dad was telling me that. But
interesting.
I mean, he's not man. In my opinion, in the breakaway challenge, the goalie shouldn't try to stop.
Yeah.
The whole point
that's what I thought. Yeah.
Like, the whole point is the cool move, but
and
the save streak is fun.
Hedman.
There was no chance. No one else was going to win that competition. Hedman was the undeniable winner. Tom Wilson was only there to replace Ovi. But he actually Ovi definitely could have won, but then he had COVID.
How many times is he going to get COVID?
What else was there? The accuracy shooting.
Who
won accuracy again? Aho? Yeah. I mean, he's kind of. I feel like he's an underrated. My dad called Aho to win when we saw the lineup of guys doing it.
Did you see him just nick the little?
Right. Yeah. I can't believe they allow that. Guy barely. I guess so, but he barely touched it, and they still allow it.
Gensel was almost there. Gensel would have.
And then we have the new events that got
but
added.
He missed the net. Like, he would have gotten like 9 seconds, but he missed.
Yes. That's right. Well, how about in 2011, Daniel Sedin? I think it was Daniel. He did that. He did that event, and he hit the 4 targets, 4 in a row shots in 7 seconds.
I remember for one of my last practices in like rep hockey, I was like I competed in the accuracy shooting, and I won a Dairy Queen gift card for winning. So I'm like Daniel Sedin.
Oh, no way. Huge.
God.
What are the other? So then we have the breakaway challenge.
How did Pietrangelo win?
So the 5 guys were DeBrincat,
that is terrible.
Kaprizov, Hughes, Zegras, and Pietrangelo. Kaprizov had a really fun one. He dressed up as Alex Ovechkin, and he actually scored on his
but I mean, the goalie wasn't
he
trying,
went right-handed.
So like, it wasn't really. I could have scored.
Yeah, the goalie wasn't trying, but it was funny how attentive to detail he was, because he had the yellow laces. His pant laces were going down to his fucking knees like Ovi's do. He sprayed the water all over the ice before he drank it like Ovi. That's a stupid. Why does Ovi do that all the time, man? The guy's wasting more water than he drinks.
And
he didn't have a tinted visor though. We should have had a tinted
stick
visor.
Celebration.
Yeah, the stick on fire, Selly. And then DeBrincat came out dressed as Alan from The Hangover. And he had a guy come out that was like
baby strapped on.
Mike Tyson. Yeah, he had a baby strapped in. That one was funny, but like it wasn't. He didn't
football.
do anything insane. Oh no, he scored with a football.
That one was good.
Yeah, Derek Carr gave him. That one was pretty good. And
how
then
did
Hughes did a little magic
win?
Trick. Yeah, well, I don't even know what Pietrangelo did. Was it just the drummer? Yeah, and then missed the net on both his. So the way the shootout challenge or the breakaway challenge works is, you get 2 attempts. If you miss your first one, you get a second one. And so Pietrangelo missed on the first attempt, and then on the second one, he did that whole spectacle with the drummers.
God almighty,
and missed again. Shot it high. and he won because it's fucking in Vegas and he plays for Vegas. Hughes.
I mean, Hughes
missed his first
it was
attempt.
Creative, but like I don't know, it was kind of like.
But that's what the shootout challenge is supposed to be. Because remember, Patrick Kane did like the Superman, where he dressed up as Superman and then came down and like he did the Superman celly, but he also, it's what those sweats do in NHL video games. And they lie down and like the guy dangles his stick out and chops the puck in.
And he also
that's
broke
what he
it.
did.
He snapped.
And then like Voracek. Yeah.
And then I guess and Corey Perry, remember he had like a mini stick. He just I guess
mini stick, But Hughes dressed up as a magician and then like threw a bunch of mini gear in a box and then did some laps around the box and out came, I think it was the Devils equipment manager's son. He came out pretending to be mini Jack Hughes, and he actually scored a pretty nice goal back through the legs, backwards, backhand in, and then they threw the sticks over the glass.
Yeah, imagine getting the kid's stick.
Finish it off.
Wow, nice. Like
yeah. Like, wow, I got the kid stick. This guy behind me got Jack Hughes stick.
Like, Jesus Christ. Whose stick is that? I got it at the All-Star game. Whose was it? The equipment manager's son.
The equipment manager's son's stick. This guy just got it for $20 at Hockey Life before coming to the arena. And then Zegras dresses up as the guy one of the guys from the Average Joe's Gym team in the Dodgeball movie. John Gibson blindfolds him.
He definitely could see.
Obviously, he could see. And then, he could definitely see. And then he had the mascots come out and throw dodgeballs at him as he did the craziest shit I've ever fucking seen.
Imagine if he was actually blindfolded.
And buried it like some Zorro magic trick. Yeah, I know. He wouldn't be able to, the way you'd know, he couldn't see but he could still see enough to be able to skate around. Because he'd run into camera crew.
Or the net.
There was camera guys on the sides. Yeah, or the net, too. And then he did some unreal move on Wyatt Russell and didn't win. He came third. Hughes and Pietrangelo were higher than him. I don't mind the Hughes one so much, but the Pietrangelo one's
terrible.
Absurd.
But he just picks it up. He just goes under the puck and it sticks on his stick, and then he's just doing this Zorro.
Yeah. And the coolest thing is he started practicing that like hours before the shootout because he had that Always Hockey guy help like teach him how to do stuff.
Zach Bell.
And Zach Bell, and then that's where he learned how to do it, I guess. But I mean, Zegras did what he was supposed to do. Guy was a guest there. He was supposed to entertain. I think he did that, to say the least. But in my opinion, I don't know. Like, I feel like he's a guy that has to be at the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I don't think anyone was expecting the Ducks to have two representatives this year. Like, I don't think anyone was expecting them to be good enough to have two representatives. I feel like Zegras is just going to continue to like elevate himself, and it's gonna allow him to be there over Terry next year, and he'll actually be allowed to play.
I mean,
in
it was
the
nice
game
he was
itself,
there for just the skills.
Yeah, it was good he was there in general. They had him mic'd up.
I saw that. I just saw it before.
$500 if you
before
go
we
to the
started.
Worm at Sunrise.
I would do it. Like, why was he so afraid?
Neither
do I.
I don't even know how to do the Worm.
No, but
that's
like
the
it'd
reason
be funny.
why I wouldn't do it.
And like it's everyone like who cares?
And then he was
like $500.
And then he's like,
I'd do that.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Maybe I'm not like a millionaire, so maybe it's not like they wouldn't do that.
Yeah, but in the moment, would you do it though? In front of
I don't know. I probably would.
People
it's kind of embarrassing
on live television.
I don't know. Who
Yeah.
cares? I thought like he out of all people, he should have like it would have been him.
Yeah, it would have been him. Yeah. Me and Mahav got on. So this is relevant. You guys might not think it's relevant, but it is relevant. We got on. You remember that? Did you ever play that dodgeball game by EA, Knockout City? So me and Mahav got on that game yesterday just because apparently he's been starting to play it again with one of his other buddies, and our crew name is Average Joe's Gym, just by chance. I was like, no way. I forgot that's when we made our name. And then Mahav was like mowing, because we've been trying to think of a new club to do. He's like, man, we got to make that our club on Shell. But you can't do Joe.
What?
It's profanity. Joe is profanity on EA for some reason. Like Chris, he changed his name to Joe Burrow.
And it
on NHL 22, and it's J.O. Burrow, no E.
What, Joe NHL? Is
no
that
idea.
the only...
So I did average Mo's gym to play off my Xbox username. Moen.
Wait, that's a new club?
Gym, and then the boys are 3-0-1. Yeah, the guys we're playing are terrible, man. They're terrible. It's like they've never played NHL before in their life. But like, holy cow, man.
God. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I mean,
what other events did we not cover?
The fountain face-off. We don't even have to talk about it.
Yeah, that was terrible. It's better that man. They gotta play some background music or something while it's going on, like to make it less awkward. But Jesus,
it's so quiet.
Murphy, like maybe Derek Englund shouldn't be a fucking host. Next time you guys want to do one of those outdoor activities. But who won that one? Werenski? Yeah. I kind of figured a defenseman would win because they have to like make the nice passes, so it's like those far range shots are probably somewhat similar. And then the 21 and 22 where you had to get, was it 21?
Yeah, like Jack. Was it blackjack? Is that what it's called?
I think so. No surprise that Joe Pavelski won. The guys.
When they play golf, he wins. God, like these little like games.
I remember Ryan Whitney telling a story about it on Spin Chicklets. He was like, people keep telling us to get Joe Pavelski on a sandbagger. We would never. It's too fucking embarrassing how good he is at golf. He'd make us look like idiots out there.
And there was a girl that was doing it. Who was that?
Lamoureux.
Jocelyn.
I think.
Yeah,
Jocelyn
Lamoureux. Who is that?
Like that? She's a retired player. I think she played for America. Maybe Canada. I don't really know.
Looks French.
But
probably American though.
Man, I low key want to go to I want to go on a week vacation to Florida next year and go to the All-Star game it's in Florida.
That'd be sick.
Year. That'd be pretty good, but school.
Yeah, I mean,
can't be going for a week at that time. Fuck. Actually, I mean, I guess we'd rent out a house, so I could realistically do it online if that's still a thing. I'm sure it will be. The way Canada is, I'm sure it'll still be online, but and then so I think that covered. Was that all of them? I think
so. If we didn't,
all the challenges. But
we can talk about the game.
I'm pretty sure we covered them all. Yeah. So they did do what we speculated, because remember we kept thinking, we were curious as to how they were going to do it with only two different jerseys. So the teams just wore a random jersey. Everybody had their name on both, and then they just switched. I was gonna say, like,
what happens if the Atlantic won, and because Pacific or the Western was blue jerseys. So I was like, oh, but then in the finals it was in the Metro. No, but in the finals it was the Metro versus the Central, and like the Metro wore the blue one, so it didn't really matter, I guess. Which I guess they would have done that for the other one.
They just switched it up, but yeah, I mean, so the Metro won the whole thing.
They were the least.
They beat
favorite.
the Pacific in the first game.
Like they were the last. Yeah, I think.
Were
so.
they?
They were like by far the best.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Best.
I think I don't know. I feel like I would have picked the Central to be the least favorite for me.
I would have had the Atlantic to win the whole finals.
No, actually, I would have had the Pacific to lose first, because they're like McDavid and Draisaitl are good, but in terms of like depth, like fuck, we got Kempe on the team. What a joke. But we were all hungover, clearly, on the Pacific Division, so they were not even there to try. And then Matthews and Huber.
That'd be amazing.
Together, actually. Maybe Matthews. Matthews said one guy he wanted to get closer with this weekend was Huberto. He's gonna go over to play in Florida. He's gonna sign there and go. Could you fucking imagine that? Holy fuck! Like if we didn't think Florida was good enough already.
That actually, like,
Jesus Christ.
I could see him going there, honestly.
It'd be unfair. I don't think he'll leave Toronto, but I could, if you told me he left, like, let's say a time traveler came back and said, yeah, Matthews left Toronto and went to a different team, I could see Florida definitely being a team, to be honest.
Because, I don't know, he's from California, and, like, I don't know, the warm weather and stuff. And, like, I don't know if he wants to go play in California, but in Arizona, God, no.
Him and Clayton Keller were talking a lot, though, because him and Keller are buddies. Keller lives in his house. Yeah, Matthews lets him live in his house during the season.
Oh, shit.
Because he doesn't have a house in Arizona. Which is so dumb.
Yeah, what are you
makes
doing?
Like $7 million a year.
I probably
buy a house.
Rent.
I mean, hey, why? Yeah, he probably pays him. Yeah, I don't think he lets him live there for free. But
That's actually sick.
Yeah, I mean,
like I don't know, like I'd rather buy my own house,
like,
but I don't know. Like what does Keller do?
But man,
not the season. I guess he goes wherever he has a house.
Where's he from? Where his home is? Probably his home. Let's see. Let me take a wild guess.
I'm gonna say
New
I'm gonna
York.
say
every fucking American
Illinois.
NHL
I'm gonna say Illinois.
Is from New York. All right.
Or Michigan.
Up here, Clayton Keller.
Fuck.
He's from Missouri.
And where is that? Like the central?
He's from Chesterfield, Missouri.
Is that like St. Louis?
Yeah, Missouri is St. Louis. Yeah.
So close to Illinois.
Isn't fucking Kansas City? Isn't the Kansas City Chiefs Missouri? Yeah, it's not Kansas.
The president.
Fuck, that was terrible. That was terrible, man.
And don't even know
oh my God.
the states. I mean, I'm sure like Americans.
Yeah,
Americans aren't.
It's
really
right on the state line.
For
I'm
their
pretty sure.
Geography.
Yeah, but they're known for their geography in their country. It's outside of their country that things get a little.
Some people think that Canada was a state.
But man. Yeah, well, I remember getting into an argument with these kids on Fortnite.
Hot start.
But way back when.
Oh no.
We were in game. I was in a creative. This is when me and Joe used to go on Fortnite and just chirp little kids on the game. This guy, he's like, "Where are you guys from? You sound so stupid." I said, "We're from Canada." He's like, "Oh, what state are you guys from?" I said, "Buddy, there's no fucking states in Canada." He's like, "What do you mean there's no states?" I said, "There's provinces." And he was like, "What do you mean? You guys are so weird." I said, "Pal, you're the only country on planet Earth with states, you stupid fuck." It's like, how do you not understand
Australia has
this?
Provinces.
And he's like,
no,
they have states, I'm pretty sure. I think they...
Or territories or something. They got something. They have provinces.
No, the reason why I think they have states is because I think I saw a YouTube video one day, and it was an Australian guy. And he said state, but I'm going to see. I'm going to look it up right now. Does Australia... Because if they're the only other country that I think could have states, and if they don't have states...
Just got an update. Right. Jack Hughes has COVID. We already knew this.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, so it has... mainland Australia is the world's largest island, but the smallest continent. The country is divided into 6 states and 2 territories.
Fuck.
So I guess I was wrong.
I was wrong, too.
Hopefully that guy never...
When was this? When did you have this argument? I remember you telling me. I remember you telling me.
A long
No, but when I meant by
ago,
Canada as a state, like they think Canada is a part of the U.S. and they think they're a,
oh really?
I've
never heard that.
Some people, not all of them, but
never heard somebody that stupid.
But like people, like the 51st state, Canada. Jesus, that's a big fucking state.
Yeah, like. To be honest with you, there's some states in the U.S. though that I just it's a blurred line. Like if you start talking about the Dakotas, fuck, I don't know anything from North. I don't know.
No, I don't know. Or Montana.
South Dakota.
God.
Like to me, the eastern, because of the NHL, the eastern side of the U.S. like I know.
In the West,
really well.
The very West.
And then you get to your Alabama. Your south,
Louisiana?
Like that area right there is Arkansas. Yeah, like that place is
Louisiana
weird.
No, this is bad. It's not.
Is it? Is it in Kentucky?
No, God Almighty.
I don't know anything about
Kentucky's a state.
But that area though, like where do you think the Hicks are from?
Let's quiz each other. This is a history or a geography podcast now. Here, I'm gonna ask you.
Yeah.
I think I know more about the states. So. I don't know why, but I don't know. I just know. Okay. I don't know how to quiz you though. Let's do.
Just look up a quiz.
U.S. states quiz.
State quiz, man. And then you got like Wyoming. Who the fuck's from Wyoming?
All right, so. But I don't know what to ask you. Like I just searched up, so it's a map quiz game where I gotta drag the name and to where the location. I could not tell you where Wyoming is.
Honestly, we could probably do that.
Like I could not tell you.
Exactly. To me, it's like do the ones you know, And then
Texas,
hopefully
right
everything else
there.
fits together later.
Wait, hold on.
Right at the bottom.
Hold on, what the fuck?
Right,
Wait,
right
I don't
above
drive.
Mexico, isn't it?
Oh, that's Texas. Great. Wait. Yeah,
Where is
right.
it? Right
the
bottom
big.
middle?
Yeah, I know Texas. I know
Right in the
Florida.
Yeah.
California.
Florida, yeah. The California, yeah.
Yeah.
The East.
Nevada, Arizona.
Like high up, you got
Yeah.
Michigan right up top.
We got Wisconsin's up there, I think. I think North
Wisconsin's
Dakota
up
and South
there,
Dakota are
too.
up north.
To me, I think they're like right in the middle on the left side, kind of near Colorado, I think.
I'm gonna pull up a U.S.
I'm
map.
pretty sure.
Oh.
I'm gonna look up a map. Yeah, me too. I'm gonna look up that right now.
I think they're north. I think they're on the border of Canada.
It's funny. It's funny how we were talking about. Really? That high?
Yeah, they are. They're up there.
What?
Minnesota is up there. Iowa. Wyoming's right there. Idaho.
Canada.
I thought Idaho
There's Wyoming.
was on the east coast. Not even kidding. I thought Idaho.
No, I knew.
I thought Idaho was
Idaho
near
to
like
me-
Delaware.
Idaho, Utah, and Ohio are like the triplets of the U.S. for me. Like those three I always fuck them. Ohio, I don't confuse as much, but like to me, they all seem like
Ohio or Idaho.
boring ass places. No, Ohio, and to me is the one that like is like.
Oh, I
there's
know
pretty
Ohio was
famous
on the
people
east,
from
sort
Ohio.
of east.
Yeah. But to me, they all seem like just the same boring place.
Yeah,
Like, there's
Indiana
nothing
is
to do
right there.
If you go to Ohio,
Kentucky.
Yeah, that's another
Oh,
one
it's
that's
okay.
pretty
I thought
boring.
Kentucky was way
That's
more
boring.
south.
but
This is
God.
not good.
anyways, bottom line, Americans are not the most intelligent when it comes to. Well, I guess we're not
Honestly,
even the smartest.
the
when it
most
comes to,
irrelevant state is probably New Mexico or Nebraska.
Probably, yeah.
God, what like?
Yeah, one of those two.
Any
Probably, I would.
do you know any cities in
I
New
don't know
Mexico?
if Americans would agree.
Do you know any in Wyoming?
Not
Idaho?
off the top of my head.
Utah?
No.
I think Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake, yeah.
Montana, no
Yeah.
clue. No
I'm pretty
clue.
sure it's in Utah. Montana's
Yeah.
a restaurant.
Or I don't know, north, south. Isn't
not a state?
Mount Rushmore in one of those? I think one of the Dakotas. I'm gonna say south.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's in. I'm gonna say.
Okay, ready? Let's see.
North.
Mount
I think it's
Rushmore.
north. Yeah, I'm gonna be wrong.
It is
But
in.
I feel like it's in North Dakota.
It is in
or neither.
South Dakota.
Fuck, I knew it.
God. Where's Mount Everest? Not in the U.S., right? Yeah.
It's in like Nepal. I'm pretty sure it's in. Nepal.
It's in Asia.
I'm not
I
mistaken.
can't believe I just said it was.
It's on Nepal's dollar
in the
bill.
U.S.
There is the highest point. The highest point in the U.S.
It's the
is in
China-Nepal
Alaska.
border.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that helps.
The highest peak in the U.S. is in Alaska. There's some big.
Alaska used to be part of Russia.
That's the highest.
Imagine we had Russia right beside
Yeah.
us. God, that would be bad.
Well, in all fairness to me, it doesn't even seem like we have the
No.
U.S. in that area. Like, to me, the U.S. is just
And
below
Hawaii's
us.
all the way
Nowhere else.
where?
Yeah. In God, wherever, who knows. That's so weird, though. If you're from Hawaii, you're technically American.
They don't speak English,
Which is so
do
weird.
they? They do, but they have
Yeah, they
another
do.
language.
Mostly they do, because, like, there's a lot of tourists there, so they kind of have to, but... Yeah, they have their own language. Yeah.
This could get a little
all right, we got a
offensive.
little
I
off
don't know.
track.
I mean, that's
Jesus.
the type of podcast it is today. We got nothing to talk about, so we're talking about the U.S. states.
Yeah, we have nothing else to talk about.
Jesus.
Claude
yeah,
Giroux
yeah,
won
yeah.
the. I feel like they gave Claude Giroux MVP just because like he's been having a pretty shitty year in Philly, so they wanted him to have something memorable about this year. So
I mean, he was pretty good.
He might sign in Colorado or go somewhere.
All-Star game.
I think Jack Hughes should have won MVP, to be honest. Guy had 3 goals and an apple.
But I guess you'd give it to
whatever.
To Giroux just because.
To the boy Claude.
And he's old.
One thing, though, that I want to mention, it's February 6th, trade deadline's in a few weeks, which means that the rumors are going to start getting spicy here because it's going to be that time where Elliot Friedman, it's Elliot Friedman's favorite time of year right now. Gold mine for him. Just telling a bunch of rumors about shit that's going on.
What was I going to say?
So, I'm pretty excited. To start
in a couple
talking
weeks,
about
but also
those rumors and see where guys go.
Hold on, I'm looking at the save streak winners, and Campbell and Vasilevsky had 9. The next was 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the other goalies didn't do that well.
But anyways, I was looking back at the old MVP of the All-Star game. Wayne Simmons won in 2017. And John Scott won.
That I knew, but that was inevitable. That's one of the best stories in hockey, honestly. John Scott winning fucking all. Guy, I looked at it, man. I saw a clip about John Scott on TikTok. It was like one of the NHL's most controversial things because like the NHL was trying to like stop it from happening, but there was too many people voting.
But didn't he like not do anything?
I
like in the games.
What do you mean? No, he did. He scored.
Got
like a hat trick.
But like
in the actual game.
The reason why he made the All-Star game was because
Patrick
of the
Kane
fans.
Too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was a joke. It was like I don't know who started it, but one thing we need to talk about in a sec. I don't know if you saw, but I'll bring it up after. So, the NHL was trying to stop him from going to the game, and then I looked at his stats like just to see. The guy had 11 points in like 256 NHL games. Like he was terrible, man. Like he was actually like most enforcers are like they're okay.
No, he's horrible.
He was terrible.
I believe that. He probably got less than 11.
I want to bring up his actual numbers. No, it was 11. I know it was for a fact 11. The other thing I wanted to bring up though, while we're in the midst of this, is Chorno, our favorite hockey account. It's calling it quits after this season.
No.
Hockey trash talkers. He's done. Yeah. So his. This past weekend, I don't know if it was Friday night or Thursday night, but I think it was Friday night, but so he was already on Hockey Trash Talkers version 2. So his original account had like 100 and something thousand followers, and it already got taken down. And then, so he made the V2, and then he made a V3 as a backup. And then he posted on Hockey Trash Talkers version 3.
Wait, did he have Hockey Trash Talkers V2? And V3, or was just
no? So the original Hockey Trash Talkers he doesn't have anymore. He lost it. So it was just
because wasn't
V2
it NHL
his
Trash
main
Talkers?
account essentially. Yeah. Originally it was NHL Trash Talkers, and then he made it Hockey Trash Talk because that's why his account got taken down. Because a lot of the accounts that had NHL affiliated names got taken down, except the accounts like NHL Discussion, because I feel like accounts like NHL Discussion they didn't get taken down because they were kind of more of a business account as opposed to just a meme account, and so that's why they didn't get the kicking, but
wait, so what were you gonna say?
So his account got taken down overnight.
Oh, so like a while.
No, like on Friday night. Like I woke up to the post about his account, and he said that he was probably going to stop posting on Instagram at the end of this season anyways, because he's been doing like those accounts for like 7 years or something. And so he said he was probably going to be done after this year regardless of whether or not but he said like now dealing with like Instagram taking his accounts away, it's like how do you still have the motivation to like make more videos and posts?
Wait, so now he's done
using your account? But man, his posts were fucking hilarious. No, I think he's gonna push it out until the end of the year.
He's gonna make a new
get
account.
The year over with because he's already halfway there. No, he's just gonna post on Hockey Trash Talkers version 3 now. V3, and hopefully that doesn't get taken down. But if that one gets taken down, I have a very strong feeling he's not going to make a fourth account just to tell people it got taken down. Like, he'll just, because he's friends with that not Mimamoto account, the Oilers meme account that I like, and so he'd probably just say, hey, can you spread the news that my account got taken down, and I'm done.
And what about blind?
So yeah,
what
John
about
Scott
blind
had
ref
11 points, and that guy hasn't said anything about being taken down, so I feel like he's still kicking. But I don't really like his account as much as I liked Hockey Trash Talkers. His account, his page was fucking hilarious.
The Chicago Blackhawks game day, and it's like Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, and it's Bugs Bunny drinking alcohol every time. Guy's hammered. But anyways, I was like, oh yeah, he was from Peterborough.
Isn't he a Preds fan?
Like, he was actually like pretty local. Yeah, and a Flyers fan, or both.
God.
He was like something like that.
No,
the Preds aren't doing too bad this year. It's more
they have
Flyers,
some questionable.
Obviously. But
like I was looking at the stats, and like the East, there's no way none of them are not making it.
It's funny. It's actually hilarious that we bring this up, because I want to talk about when the Oilers lost to the Sens, and I was getting torn apart in the group chat, and Charlie brought up the fact that the Canucks were in shambles. The Canucks have like 6 games in hand on Edmonton, and they're still behind us. That is what I mean, that they are in shambles. They are 2 or 3 points behind us with 46 games played. The Oilers have played 42. Now, back when we were talking about it, it was 5 games in hand. Who's in shambles
at
here?
the
Not
time?
The Oilers.
At the time, I guess it was
usual.
the Oilers that were in shambles, because like they were shitting, like before the start of the year.
No. This was after.
No, I
we
know,
were on a
but
4-game
the Oilers
streak, and then we
technically, I
lost
guess,
to the
would
Sens.
still be in shambles because they were shit. That's what I'm.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. But Vancouver.
But when I posted it on my story,
Yeah.
is when we beat the Canucks in overtime. And the reason why I said the Canucks were in shambles is because the fans were losing their mind over how bad the reffing apparently was, even though the Canucks scored a short-handed goal that game. We were still, and the Oilers didn't have one power play goal, and apparently it was still bad reffing. And then I put the Canucks in shambles.
The Canucks
I
are
fucking hate
pretty
the
bad
Canucks.
still, but
And then Charlie brought it up or whatever, and then I looked at the stats, and I was like, wait a minute, we've played 5 less games than them, and they still have not passed us, when every other team in the Pacific except Seattle, who's like fucking 16 points behind everybody else, passed Edmonton and then caught up or passed us entirely. And the Canucks are the only team that hasn't fucking passed
Canucks,
us because
I feel like recently though, the Oilers have been more in shambles than the Canucks, but they're still better. Yeah,
but we're picking up the pace
Oilers
now.
Still, yeah.
We hit a massive slump. The Oilers did this last year too. I don't know why anybody's talking about this. The Oilers won 14 games in a row, and then we got killed by Toronto, fucking 3 games in a row, and then that streak kept going. So the Oilers do this every year. I don't know why people are still surprised. But the Pacific Division is the best division in the NHL. Well, okay,
no,
it's not the best division in the NHL, but it's the most competitive division. Because LA and Anaheim are good for
Edmonton,
once.
Calgary,
San Jose's not terrible.
Vegas.
Yeah, like if you told me that Edmonton and Calgary's position in the playoffs would be jeopardized because of Anaheim.
I mean, maybe they're not the best. It might be the worst division. It is. We talked about this and we had the predictions.
Because probably consistently the worst.
At the start of the year, we just had Edmonton and Vegas. That's it, and then everybody else was shit.
No, not Anaheim.
No, but
they
like
were
before,
start too.
I thought Anaheim was gonna be shit. Like what? Like, yeah, it was just Vegas and Edmonton.
Prediction-wise, yes.
We knew that.
Yes.
The divisions.
Right. Calgary to me was an if. They were like the team that would make it because they weren't as crap as everybody else.
No,
but they weren't particularly good. But I think it's more surprising how many of these teams aren't like Anaheim's like 4 years ahead of where I thought they were going to be. I thought they were going to suck for another 3-4 years before they were.
They're not really
contenders for the.
They're playoff contenders.
Yeah, they're not cup contenders. Yeah, they'll probably make. I'd say they're probably a lock for the playoffs. If I had to make a bet, I'm just hoping I'm hoping either Anaheim or Edmonton makes it. I don't care who. I prefer Edmonton.
I think Edmonton will. I think Edmonton will.
But like, if I have to cheer for Anaheim, yeah, I think they'll pull through after. I mean, we still got half a season, so we just gotta hope Dave Tippett doesn't fuck us raw one more time. For one more 13 games.
I think they will.
Apparently, the Oilers were gonna. If the Oilers lost to Calgary the other day, apparently a press conference would have been hastily scheduled, and he would have been fired.
And of course, they win.
If he lost. Thanks a lot, Draisaitl. Fucking asshole. Guy had to score 2 goals in the last 3 minutes to give us the win. I fucking hate Draisaitl, man.
Guy's too good.
Man, like, come on. Yeah. Fuck's sakes, Leon. Did you see that post I sent you? Nugent Hopkins post-injury, and it's just Crosby, like when those guys were celebrating Crosby's 1,000th game, and it was just Crosby's walking on the ice over and over again. Yeah, Nugent's probably been the Oilers' best player since he came back from injury, to be honest. Holy. Guy when he had the game winner. Him and Hyman have been playing so good together,
unsung heroes.
On the third line.
Koskinen.
So, the Oilers' lines right now are weird. We have McDavid with Kane and Yamamoto. Draisaitl with McLeod and Puljujarvi. And then, I think it's Fogle. No, Cassian, Nuge, and Hyman. And then Fogle,
it's a pretty good third line.
And Ryan, I think. Yeah, it's a good third line, but my dad was like not happy when Dave Tippett did those lines because he has Nuge and Hyman in his fantasy, so he wants in his keeper league, and so he needs those guys to be on like the high line so they get points. They've been his 2 best players since those line changes were made. McDavid has been barely getting points.
Yeah, he has McDavid too.
And then,
well, he has it in ours.
Yeah. He made a massive trade to get McDavid in the draft because they do a draft. They do legit draft lottery and then draft picks and all that stuff, and then the guys that people don't protect at the end of a year go back into the draft. So for example, my dad has a guy like Werenski. Maybe he doesn't want to protect him. Werenski will just go back into the draft, and either my dad can pick him again or someone else can, and they have a salary cap. It's actually funny. My dad. I just looked out my window. A guy's speed running down the street. Holy shit. My dad, there's a guy that just quit I think he stopped doing the league, and his team, he actually had some pretty good fucking players. I was debating taking up his spot and like joining their keeper league. I feel like that'd be fun. Me and you should do it together. We should co-own the team and like try and win. You win like $1,200.
How much do you put in?
If you win, split that half. I think it's $100. I think it's 12 guys, and they all put $100 in.
Damn.
And the winner takes all. No second place prize. Or no, maybe it is more than that. But like second and third place actually get a little bit of money, and then first place takes $1,200. But man, my dad has like McDavid.
Oh wait, when does next year we can do it?
3 guys from Edmonton. He's got Werenski. Yeah, I'll talk to my dad and ask him if there's still a team that needs to be owned. Because if not, me and you we can bring the Barnburner team into the fucking keeper league. And then we would do the draft with all my dad's friends. It's always funny because some guys go up to the podium to announce their pick, and they draft the weirdest fucking guy. And my dad's buddies laugh at them because they picked the stupidest guy they could have picked. And like you trade draft, it's like legit a whole NHL league. Like honestly, it's like essentially a proper you're a general manager legit. It's better than these shitty Yahoo fantasies. But I don't know. They just text my dad what trades they're making, and then my dad just does it on the computer. But they have an app. I'm just not sure what it is. But yeah, I'll talk to him and see, because that'd be fun to talk about on the podcast. Trades we're making or thinking of making. You have waivers if you want to pick a guy up.
And like next year, like for when we get a house,
we use one of your waivers to pick.
If you
get accepted. I'm still waiting for that. Fuck's sakes, Brock. Hurry it up. That'll be good too, because the podcasts will be so much easier to make.
We can have like our friends
in the same
guests
house all the time. On guest appearances more often. Yeah. We could live stream like watching game. I was thinking about it today on or at work on Friday. Like I was just thinking of things like we'll do live stream reactions to like playoff games on TikTok. Like we can go live on TikTok and like watch playoff games, or like the draft lottery and then the draft, like just hopefully finding more people to like follow our account.
How many followers do we have? Like 200. It went up
220 or something.
Last time I checked.
Those last 3 videos I posted all.
Last time I checked, it was 190. Well. And now it's like 200.
Yeah, I woke up to 51 notifications on Saturday morning after the skills competition because I had posted the 3. I posted Kaprizov, Hughes, and Zegras' shoot at breakaway attempts, and then there's people commenting. Obviously, it was staged. Thanks. Yeah, that's what I just fucking said. As I said it in the video, and then they're like, "What do you mean? Why? Of course, Zegras didn't win. It was rigged." Yeah, I know. I fucking said it was rigged when I started the video. God, some people, it's actually crazy how dumb some people are. Like, it's my dog's at the door. Fuck's sakes. I think I can.
We could probably
my headset cord is probably long enough to get to my door. Yeah, I don't know. We're just kind of we're drawing straws right now, trying to figure out.
I don't want people to be like, "Oh God, this guy's still talking." But
yeah, I'm just trying to make sure there's nothing that we're forgetting.
We started talking about the U.S. states.
Today's the 6th.
Tomorrow the Leafs play Carolina.
Is it Wednesday the Olympics start for men?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we could talk about that. Yeah, that'd be good.
The 9th. That'll help give us some things to talk about. But yeah, hockey, like you said, hockey's back. Oh yeah, quickly before we go, you mentioned earlier,
COVID?
Jack Hughes is on the COVID list. So I'm curious now how many guys at the NHL All-Star Game are going to get put on the COVID list, because Jack Hughes he was talking closely with like guys like Giroux and stuff like that. So there might be a bit of a breakout. Hopefully, Aho, so the Leafs can get an easier win on Monday. But yeah, we'll see, I guess.
Wait, and it's Anderson's first game back, but I don't know if there's any fans. It's like 500, but that's so stupid.
Yeah, probably 500.
Like we had full capacity.
Just get it over with it.
I went to a game. I went to a fucking.
And it's already gone.
And now it's all gone. But I think they're hope, man. They're coming back, but.
Yeah, they hopefully by playoff time, so that there's at least some energy.
Instead of last year, I think that's what killed the Leafs. They didn't have any fans, and there was no like.
True. No way to shake the
momentum. It would have been obviously a different story, but there's no excuse losing to the Habs. But. Yeah. Anyways.
But yeah, so I think we'll wrap it up here. So thank you guys for tuning in. This will be our shortest episode at 52 minutes. Yeah, I feel like at the end of the day we always just ramble on about stuff, so whatever. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be back again next week with, I guess, we'll talk a little bit about the Olympics because they'll have started by the time we have the next episode come out. So hopefully some interesting stuff to talk about with the Olympics and then with the actual just NHL in general. And then, like I said, the trade deadline's coming up kind of soon, so some rumors should start to buzz that we can talk about. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you all next week. And you do your signature.
Follow us on TikTok. Follow us
in the social media
and Instagram.
Yeah,
and it's on YouTube. Honestly, subscribe to YouTube.
It's all on the thumbnail.
That's it.
Yes, if you guys are seeing this on your recommended page on YouTube, consider subscribing if you're a fan of hockey, because the success is not showing as evidently on YouTube, which is where we kind of want it to show.
We want to do a podcast. We don't want to have a TikTok account. Like, I mean, we do, but like we want to have our main source.
But we want to have our success be on
here.
Yes,
that's it.
But yes,
please subscribe.
Anyways, I gotta go make the thumbnail for the fucking video right now.
It comes out tomorrow, so we're kind of late on filming. But
so I gotta get on that.
Good for our editor to. It's not that long of an episode, so.
Yeah, we gotta send the file to him right as this is
over.
Right. All right, everybody, thank you for listening, and we will see you all next week. Peace.